My name is Mike McFall, and I'm a Hazel Park City Council member. And I'd like to welcome everybody here this morning for our 4th annual Pride Flag raising here in the city of Hazel Park. Thank you for coming out. I just want to express my deepest heartfelt thank you for coming out this morning. The size of the crowd this morning, I think, just reinforces the importance of this event. So thank you all for coming out this morning. The first person I'd like to introduce is Jeffrey Olivier. The R is pronounced, he tells me. So I wanted to introduce him because he does some very important work here in the city with LGBTQ teens and other support groups.
So Pride Month is a month to be proud. Proud to be able to stand out here and be who you are without any judgment or hateful words. I know last night I was up till 2 in the morning talking to somebody that had just came out. So coming out is something that LGBT people constantly have to always do. Being how June is Pride Month, Pride doesn't stop at June for LGBT people. It's all year round. So to those who can't come out right now, I'm standing up here for you. I'm really excited. We do have LGBT programs right here in the city. We have the LGBT social meetup group, which meets the 2nd and 4th Wednesdays at the Hazel Park Community Center. And by the way, during this pandemic, I was able to use some of the small places here in the city to meet with people that didn't have anybody to connect with during the pandemic in smaller groups. And I think places like Country Boy and the rec center and our parks for being able to let us host smaller groups so people never stop being connected to the LGBT community and can find support in some way. I created 2 years ago, and you can follow it on Facebook. It's a group, it's called Michigan LGBT Peer Support Network. And what that organization does is it starts groups where people don't have any. So we were able to start groups like here in Hazel Park and up in Frankenmuth, different places where people may not have any resources. We're bringing them to them. So we're doing that. I am very excited to let people know that August 15th, mark your calendars. If you don't have a calendar, put it in your phone. We are going to have our very first Hazel Park Pride in the Park. We have so much planned, and I'm inviting all of you to come. Anybody can attend, gay, straight, bi, queer, you name it. We invite you to come and celebrate diversity in Hazel Park. And so we're gonna have music, drag queen bingo. It's not gonna be like a street fair, but more like a family get together. So we're gonna have crafts for the kids. It's just gonna be an amazing time. So I hope you all join us on August 15th. And the last thing I wanna say is, wow, Hazel Park, we have come a long way. 11 years ago, I know I wouldn't be standing here 11 years ago, even just mentioning the word gay. But here we are thanks to our wonderful city manager, mayor, and city council. Thank you for all you have done to make Hazel Park a safe place for the LGBT community of Hazel Park. And just so everybody knows, you're all welcome here. And you can walk down these streets and feel safe. You can live here and just be a part of our community like everybody else. And so I want to thank the city council and city manager and everybody for the work that you have done. And so thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeffrey. I appreciate everything that you do for our community. Thanks. The next person I'd like to introduce is Ed Klobuchar. He's our city manager.
I just want to thank everybody for coming this morning as we stand up for diversity and inclusion, and I want to let everybody know that the LGBTQ plus community has played a hugely important role in the city of Hazel Park's renaissance, and I want you to know on behalf of city government, I'm proud to stand here today in solidarity and support. Thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you, Ed. The next person I'd like to introduce is a newer city council member. His name is Luke Londo. Luke, along with Alyssa, recently helped craft our human rights ordinance that we recently passed. So please welcome Luke Londo.
Thank you, Councilmember McFall. What's up, Hazel Park? I'm Councilmember Luke Londo, and it is an honor to be here today. If you look up pride in the dictionary, in addition to seeing a picture of Dave Coulter wearing that exact outfit, you will read that pride means consciousness of one's own dignity. Consciousness of one's own dignity. Well, as a bisexual, I've been conscious of my sexual orientation for years. I have not always been conscious of my own dignity. However, I am today. I'm proud to live in a city that voted against defining marriage as being only between a man and a woman in 2004, one whose residents challenged that definition and helped achieve same-sex marriage nationwide in 2015, one that saw fit to appoint me to City Council and pass my human rights ordinance that bans discrimination against my LGBTQ brothers and sisters, and a city that raises a flag here today recognizing the LGBTQ community. Raising this flag represents more than a physical act, but it represents a commitment to celebrating and preserving the dignity of our LGBTQ residents, and that gives me pride. Hazel Park has a city council that's 40% LGBTQ. Just this week, our state senator, Jeremy Moss, introduced a resolution that resulted in the Michigan State Senate recognizing Pride Month for the very first time. And thanks to his efforts, soon protections for the LGBTQ community will be enshrined into state law, further solidifying our dignity. So today, amidst this continued progress, I hope that you are all proud too. I appreciate you, Mike, Mayor Webb, Councilmember Sullivan, Mayor Pro Tem Lacuro, City Manager Klobuchar, my dear wife Madeline, and all of you here today for showing your commitment to our dignity. Thank you. Happy Pride Month.